Hey everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rit. I am in Austria in Europe, and on my channel I share my crochet adventures. So today I have a few updates, a little bit of new yarn because it just had to happen, but if you watched my previous videos last week you will understand me, I hope. So actually, I also have a new book that I bought, so a few things to show you, but I like to start with actual making and do the buying later, just because it's really fun to buy stuff, but I feel it's more, you know, rewarding to actually make stuff. So I am working on I'm using, you know, these like packing cubes. These things change my life when it comes to packing, especially traveling with kids. I love these. I can't imagine traveling without them, but they're also good for you know, storing your projects, which is how I actually took this yarn to my recent trip. I didn't end up using it because I was working on my other sweater. Oh, I have a finished object. I think I will, because I'm not wearing it and I have kind of a lot to say about it. I think I will keep it for another video because it's a bit out there. But that's what I was working on my vacation, and I was very optimistic, and I took enough yarn to make like another you know, garment. That didn't happen. Anyway, I'm working on it now. So I'm still using my half and half construction because it's actually should be, I haven't actually made a cardigan, but I did make a wraparound, and I've made like now 7 or 8 sweaters using this. So I think it would be super easy to create a cardigan with it. And that's what I'm going to do, just because I actually want to make one and not just, you know, write it down. But yeah, so this is one half. I am in love with this yarn. So a couple of things that I'm doing differently this time. First of all, with the sleeves, I did them the same thing. I started with a nice half double crochet ribbing. So you do back loop only, half double crochet. I really like this kind of ribbing. I don't know, I like the look of it. It goes really fast. It's probably a good reason why I like it. It's not as stretchy as the back loop only single crochet ribbing or back loop only slip stitch. You might prefer those, but I really like this one and it works for me. So what I did a bit differently with this one is, first of all, usually we do the increases for the sleeve in this pattern. We do them on the top of the sleeve, so what will become the shoulder line, and that works great. But I wanted just to try and see what happens when I also increase on this line, because sometimes, you know, you don't necessarily want all your sleeves to be kind of more tight here. Sometimes you want that more loose effect. So it's just like a design decision or preference. It's not a right or wrong question. So if you are in the process of making your sleeves or something like this, you could also try this. So here I actually only did 5 increases in the entire sleeve because I wanted it pretty snug. This is a very, very comfortable yarn. I'll talk about the yarn in a second. But I did do 3 increases on the top and then 2 increases on the bottom. So it's just something to consider. I might do that because sometimes I like the sleeves. It really depends. I think it works better if you have a yarn that is drapey, drapes well. I don't know if drapey is a word. So that's what I did here. And then this is the beginning of the body. This is 1 skein of the yarn, and I'll show you the yarn in a second, but this is the other side, and this is skein number 2. So I think it goes, you know, this yarn and this stitch pattern, they go pretty far. You don't need like 10 skeins usually to make a sweater. You need less. So I really like that. Yeah, of course it depends on the, you know, yardage and grams, but these are actually only 50-gram skeins. And yeah. Okay, so this is the other side. First of all, can we take a moment and appreciate the color changes? I love colorful yarn because I love color, and using, you know, variegated or self-striping or color changing yarn, whatever you want to call it, is such a easy, effortless way of adding color to your garments. You don't have to, you know, there's no added loose ends to stitch, to sew in, and it just makes it easier. Kind of the decisions are made for you which colors to combine, which is also a part of the problem because I am very, very specific when it comes to colors. And my problem with most of these kinds of yarns is that usually I will not like all the colors in them or the color transitions, all the color combinations. So when I find a color changing yarn that I love, I'm very excited. And that's the case with this one. So I'll just give you like a close-up so you can see how beautiful it is. And also, yeah, you can see this is less blown out, so pretty yeah, true to reality. And what I'm doing with the half and half construction, it has so much potential, and once you understand how it works, you can do a lot of adjustments. So I take the opportunity with every garment that I make using that construction to try different things. And in this case, what I am trying to do is actually add a little bit of shaping. One of the things that that also makes the construction very easy, but also makes the body quite you know, rectangular without shaping, is just, you know, you use the stitch and there's no increases or decreases within the body of the sweater. There's just decreases here to create the neckline. So that makes it very, very beginner friendly. And, you know, it's great to create more like loose fitting body or like a straight body. But if you're curvy or if you want your sweater to be more shaped, then that's not currently in that construction. And I'm just trying to figure out if I can easily incorporate that into it. So what I actually did here, I have to try it because I've only tried it on a few rows before. So what I added here, you can see I marked it with stitch markers, is these places, instead of using the regular stitch pattern, I used kind of a shorter stitch. And so instead of doing the single crochet, double crochet, I did a couple of rows at a time of just single crochet. So this means that in these areas, which, you know, are in the kind of the small of the back, is that called, you know, kind of your waist area, it's a little bit narrower. So it's a little bit narrower. It's not a super intense effect, or it's not like a large effect. So I feel like I probably need to repeat it maybe throughout the entire back, but it's still super easy. You continue working, you know, up and down on the back panel. But yeah, I just kind of alternate. I do 2 rows in pattern and then 2 rows of single crochet just in those sections. So I still don't know how it will look. I have to experiment with that. And then the other change that I did, I think you can see it a little bit, is this will be this area here. So here I have like a ribbing in my sweater, but this area here, I also want to try and kind of create a little curve. So just to make it a little bit kind of smaller in this area. And so what I did is at the top of my sweater, at some point I started, I think here, you see this is the beginning of like the back panel. I worked in pattern, and then here I started just doing the last few stitches of every row, like the last stitches when I come up, and then the first stitches when I go back down are just single crochets. So it's just a little bit, you can see the effect, I think, that it just tapers like slightly in. It's all experimental and I will keep you updated, but it's really fun to make. Now my plan for this, like my original plan for this, so this will be the right hand side, is to actually do like this area here with another yarn, and that's my plan. I'm actually not even sure I have enough of this yarn to do an entire cardigan, so we'll see, but that's my plan. I'm not really sure how that is going to work, to be perfectly honest with you, because this is a much thicker yarn. So I'm going to need a different hook for it, which means that the gauge is going to be probably significantly different. So I can't just, you know, change to this yarn because it'll create a much bigger fabric if I, right? I hope you understand, because this is like a finer yarn. So what I'm thinking is I might just do like a panel with this, like separately, and then sew it together with the cardigan once I match them in height. I think that's what I will have to do, because I really want this yarn for the front. It's very kind of, it's just more substantial, and you can see I've shown this. This is Sakura by Lang Yarns. It is gorgeously soft. This is a cotton blend, so it's half cotton and then half acrylic and polyamide and nylon, a little bit of nylon in it. It's super soft, and the color is gorgeous and works well with the mint color here. But yeah, so that's what I want to do. I don't know if I can do it. And then I kind of want, because I have a bunch of this yarn also in different colors, I thought I would make kind of a tank top and do like a twin set with the cardigan on top. So that's my plan. And the yarn that I'm using is this one by Rico Design. This is light and long tweed, and this is color number 3. This is made in Italy. This is also a cotton blend, and it has the same construction. It's like a chain construction, you can see, which I really love. This is one of my favorite yarns to use for sweaters that are vegan friendly and also have, you know, they're half still natural fiber, so not completely acrylic. They just feel incredible, this one and this one. I've already made a sweater with this one, not the tweed one, but they have a multicolored version. I call it like a pastel unicorn thing. I've shown that sweater and I love it. It feels so nice on the body. It has a really nice drape for, especially for something that is, you know, also cotton is not, sometimes it's not the most drapey fabric, but like a cotton and synthetic combination, really nice, and just feels, I'm not gonna say luxurious, but it feels very comfortable. And so I really love working with this yarn because it's chain spun, it doesn't split on you, it's super easy to work with, but it's also, it's not a dry fiber. Like both of them, they have a little bit of a halo to them. I hope you can see. So I think that also works well for a sweater and creating just a closed fabric, which is what I prefer. Just a few more details if you're interested about this. So 50 grams give you 185 meters, and as I said, this is 2 skeins. So probably, I think I might be able to finish like the sleeves and the back and the sides of the sweater and the back. I think I might be able to finish it with 4 skeins, so just like 200 grams of this yarn. And then what I want to do is create these panels in front with this yarn. And then what I want to do is I want to do a ribbing for everything with this yarn again. So just to kind of tie it all together. Not sure how I can combine these in the best way. I might try maybe like pick up stitches with this, or change. Maybe I should try and change. Maybe what I could do actually is switch to this yarn, not do a separate panel, but like switch to this yarn and then maybe start with a row of decreases. Maybe play with that and see how it looks, if it looks bad. And do like decreases until I reach the number of stitches that, you know, that will match the finished width or height. So I have to think about this because I don't have a lot of experience with mixing two different yarns that are different weights. And this one is, this I would say is like a 4, this is like a DK, and this is somewhere between a 4 and a 5. For 50 grams you get 95 meters. So I don't know if it's like around a number 4, a bit of chunky 4. So that's my cardigan update coming together. Hopefully, I hope I can finish it this week. What I would really love to do is finish my blanket, which I've shown you, like this blanket. The edge is finished, so theoretically I could just leave it and not do anything more with it, but I do want to do more stuff with it. So I really want to finish that. Maybe I can make that happen. Let's look at some new yarn. So exciting. I had to order this. Now I left it in the bag. I got it on, well, it's probably got here on Saturday because we don't have a post on Sunday, but I found it in the mailbox on Sunday. I thought I would look. We rarely get stuff on Saturday, and so I didn't check, and then I thought on Sunday, maybe by any chance it got here. Yeah, I got just like 4 skeins. All of them are new to me yarn, and I didn't want to commit before I tried it. I'm not going to touch the one that I'm most excited about, that is supposed to be light as a cloud, because I want us to experience this together. I'll start with this one. Oh, this looks smaller than I thought. So this is a new yarn from Lana Grossa, and this is, they have their whole, like, entire range of these, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that top line, it's, they have a bunch of these, like, really great yarns. They have summer editions and winter editions. It really depends on the fiber content, but they're all like these beautiful cakes with color changing yarn. And this is one of their new yarns, I think, for this coming summer. This is made in Italy. This is 100-gram skein, will give you 260 meters around. And this is, what is great about this is the composition. This is 75% cotton and 25% viscose, which means this is completely natural fiber. And again, it has that kind of chain spun look. And I just love the colors. These colors scream summer to me. I wanted to see it. Look at that. So pretty. So I just wanted to see it. I imagine this as like a tank top or a short sleeve, very kind of not really oversized, but like a relaxed fit, because I think this would have great drape. And I just thought the colors were so summery and I couldn't resist. So I wanted to try it. It is kind of a baby, but you get, you know, 260 meters. I think probably, well, they say here that for a 38 to 40 size kind of sweater or top, you would need 550 grams. So that would mean 6 skeins. But I think for a short sleeve, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't need more than, I want to say 3, 4 max. Yeah. They recommend 4.5 to 5 knitting needles. I don't know, I'm not sure about that. I guess I would start with a 4.5mm hook. Looks pretty thin to me. They don't have here the the weight, so I would say it's probably around like DK weight, but it's pretty, you know, it's kind of like flat and thin. So I don't know, have to see how it works up. I did make a summer top with a similar yarn to this, and I really enjoyed the process and the result. So yeah, okay, this one I was curious about. I love the color. It reads brighter on screen. It's a little bit deeper in real life. It's not so bright, but it's still a bright pink, which I love. You can see it matches my background. So this is Tencel cotton from Katja. And oh, I didn't tell you the color if you're interested. It says 2002 here. Here it says the color. I think on where I bought it, it was like number 2, something like that. So this is what I wanted to see about this, again, for summer yarn. I wanted to see it because I like the composition. So this is 67% lyocell, which is a very environmentally friendly fiber. It's created in like a closed circle, and yeah, and then 33% cotton, which I think we're all aware of the advantages of that. This is made in Spain. Katja is a Spanish brand, but a lot of their yarns are made in Italy, but this one is made in Spain. The color is 26, and I want to see they recommend a 2.5mm to 3mm hook. Yeah, I would probably go with a 3. And 3 to 4mm knitting needles, which is a 4 to 6 USA terms. And they say for a 42 size top, here it's like shown with short sleeves, they say you would need 8 skeins of this. I don't see the... Oh, okay, 50 grams give you around 120 meters. So not a ton. I'm not sure. I have to try it, but I love the color. And I need to see like the fabric. I'm not sure. Okay, so these were the reason we are gathered here. These babies. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so this is Juniper Moon Cumulus yarn, and you can see there is, okay, it does feel lovely. It feels incredible. It's very similar. It's chain spun yarn. It's very similar if you're familiar with Katja Pure, which is also 100% cotton. This one is not 100%, but I'll talk about that in a second. It's very, very similar to that. And it's also quite similar in look to this one, only, you know, this one is thicker and this one is half synthetic. This one has 94% cotton and 6% nylon, which makes it, like, for me, a beautiful choice for, I would say, this is like for weight. So wait, I'll give you all the details and then I'll tell you what I think about it. Okay, so I told you the composition. This is a 3.52 ounces or 100 grams, and it gives you 251 yards or 230 meters. It's marked as a medium 4 weight yarn, and they suggest knitting needles of US 7 to 9, or in millimeters 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter needles. I think I tried this, as I said, this reminds me of another yarn that I have, Pure from Katja, and I think there I liked the 4.5 knitting needles. I did knit like a little swatch with that yarn. This is it. This is with a Pure yarn that I mentioned, and I used 4.5, but this one yeah, they're very, very similar. They are very similar. Look, I'll show you the strand. Look at that. Very similar. Yeah, so this is so nice. So nice. I completely want to like drape myself in this. This color, I had a bit of a hard time. I bought this from a new to me shop in Germany, Handarbeitswaren, and it arrived within like a few days. So shipping was fast, which I love. But I don't know this brand, the Juniper Moon Farm. And this is the, they call it dappled version. And I thought these would coordinate. And I think they do. This is beautiful. So they also have, besides the dapple, they have a few options for this. I have to say with the colorways, there was another one that kind of spoke to me, and this one I really liked, but I would love to see just a few lighter options because that's what I tend to like. This one is very heavy on the kind of darker purple with like pops of brighter and lighter colors. Colors. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to need to cake it, which I'm not super happy about. But this is, the color is 120. It's called King Coconut. They also have one called, I want to say cruise something, cruise ship something, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, so this is 120. And then this one is 44. It's called First Blush. And it's a lovely kind of warmer pink. I found the pictures on the website challenging. Like I couldn't really see how the colors look. So I actually looked on another website which had better photos, but still I'm not sure they were like super accurate, but I think they were better than the ones on the website where I bought this from, that Handarbeitswaren place. So they could do a better job. The yarn is incredible. And as I said, I've like worked with this kind of yarn and I know I love crocheting with it, knitting with it. I'm super excited. So now I just have to think what project I want to make, and I will definitely be buying more of this. They come in like solid colors. There's a nice range. Again, it's hard to see the colors on this website where I bought it from, so I have to go somewhere else. Also, a couple of the colors that I was most interested in were out of stock. Super annoying. Like they had a really like brighter, deeper fuchsia color that I wanted to see that was out of stock. And they also have, with the same kind of yarn, they also have cakes with, you know, like the mandala cakes, so just like 5 colors or something like this. But that would be another option because the yarn is beautiful. So this is more like dappled. I just have to think what I want to make with this, and I'm super excited. So one of the main reasons I tried this is because this is made in Italy. It says on the label. But the cotton is Israeli cotton and I'm from Israel. So I'm really happy to support the local, it's not local to me anymore, but my, you know, my homeland industry. And this is beautiful. So if you want a soft, but still like substantial, so this would be great for sweaters. They're not going to be as warm as a woolen sweater, but this is cotton, this is vegan friendly, and you know, if you have wool allergies, it's a natural fiber, it's not synthetic. It has a little bit of nylon added to it, like a little bit, to give it more strength. I'm just showing you this. For me, this is definitely going to be a go-to option. I love the Pluma yarn from Katya, but it comes, first of all, it comes in 50 gram skeins, and I much rather have 100 gram. in, you know, one go. And the color range is, it's very kind of muted, and they have more bright colors. So I'm super excited about this. I didn't know what to expect, but this has exceeded my expectations. It lives up to the name, the Cumulus. It is as soft as a cloud, and this would be amazing knitted. But I think also with crochet, I think I can get a good result, because I am using something I would consider similar on this sweater with much enjoyment and success. So if you're watching this video and you see these two yarns and you think, oh, I think that would be a good project for that. I think it would be fine to combine this on some kind of like color work, you know, maybe something like with a yoke. I think that would be fun. I'm not sure I am sold on the whole color work yoke in crochet, but yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. But I definitely want to use this with a solid, and I love this. And now that I see the colors, I can think of like how, with what else I could combine it with. So it has, you can see, it has like some pops of teal. I don't really use red, so I don't think I'll like pull that color, but maybe a yellow or like a light pink or like a peach color. It could work. So I don't know, I have to think about it, but it's wonderful. If you know this brand, like Juniper Moon Farm, if this is like, I don't know if it's US based or something, but if you love cotton yarns, you should really try this. Absolutely, it's amazing. I'm super happy. Okay, that is it for today. I will see you later this week with more videos with part 5 of the cowl, where we're basically going to almost finish our sweater. That's exciting. So I'll see you then. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to find some space for this new yarn. Don't know where, but I'm gonna try. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.